Hey everyone, welcome back to Carrots and Olives. My name is Brittany, and today I wanted to do just like an overview of what I've been using lately. I haven't done one of those videos in a while, and I know I personally like to see them, so I thought why not share. I'm gonna go over mainly just all my notebooks, and then I plan to do a video on like some of my pens and pouches. So this video is just going to be basically on my notebooks, and to get started, these are the two planners I am using right now. This first one is a standard size notebook. This notebook is housed in a Giglio Giramondo in the undyed, and I'm about to show you something that, just hold on to your seats because I don't want anyone to get hurt, faint, or anything, but that happened. Yes. I have no idea what it is even now to this day, but it has actually gotten lighter, and I'm sure it will get lighter as this whole notebook starts to get darker. There is a lot more patina on the front than there is on the back because I usually have it set on my table face down this way. Anyway, I have a standard size Soomkeen notebook, which is from Soomkeen, which is a shop in France, and I picked the 260 page notebook. They have 3 options, and I've talked about this a couple times, so there's a few videos out there already about their company, but I am using this almost like a Bujo, but very simple. I have been inspired by Ink Imperfections on YouTube and Instagram, and so I've been keeping it really minimal and simple. And I'm still pretty much doing the same thing. I've landed on making my own calendars for the month, and then also writing out a daily to-do list. And I find it to be very helpful. I still really like this style. I really like it for grocery shopping. Really, that's pretty much what I always go to, is a blank notebook for grocery shopping, and so my lists have landed in here, and it seems to be my go-to for that. If I do sometimes miss a day or two of to-do lists and writing them down in the morning, I know I always have a grocery list in here, which is, I don't know, it's pretty interesting. So I use that for like my daily listing, and then I have this notebook in the back, and this is where I am using for my notes and ideas for my shop and my art. So this is a nice like go-to. I grab it if I am going to the grocery store and I use the list. I actually take a picture so that I don't have any of my notebooks going out with me. I don't want to get them dirty, and I don't want them to get possibly, well, considering the pandemic, the less I touch in my bag, the better. So these don't go with me. None of my planners go with me except for my wallet, and that's it. So the next one is this guy, and if you want to see more about like how I set this up, it's on my Patreon. But this one I am using is the Galen leather zip cover. It's an A5 size. It's the undyed, and it's very lovely. Here's a comparison of the two colors: Giglio Giramondo undyed, and then a Galen leather undyed, which is more of like an off pink to me. But it's really smooth. There are some marks in the leather, but you can't feel them because the leather overall is really smooth. But there are some striations in the leather, which makes it even more unique. So in here I am housing my Hobonichi, and it I do post a lot of pictures of it on my Patreon and also on my Instagram. So this one is not new, but it does have a lot of like my stickers in it and then my main pens that I use and everything like that. So that's what I'm using this for. I have it, it almost seems like it's stuffed only because my Hobonichi is super thick. As you can see here, I do go through my daily pages every month, a video on my Patreon if you're interested in that. But other than that, that's what this is housing, and I'm excited to see how this patina's. It is still, in my opinion, the same color as when I purchased it. I don't think there's been much patina, but I'm going to start taking pictures of it. I've had this for about a couple weeks now, so yep. So those are my two planners. Next I have are my journals. And my journals are my B6 sizes. So I have this one, which is in the B6 undyed leather that was recently released. And I actually took out majority of the like things that were in the stickers that were in the pockets here because I've kind of set this aside. This is a Galen Leather Tomoe River notebook in the B6. I forgot about this one. This one's taking a break because I ended up getting a new notebook that I've been testing out the paper. So this one I am currently like writing in right now. This one has kind of been set to the wayside, but it is a B6 with a Galen Leather Tomoe River notebook. And I just have it in the cover to protect the cover. This one is the paper that people have been talking about lately, and it's from an Etsy shop where she has used this paper to make a notebook. And the notebook is called Airlight Fountain Pen. It's Airlight paper. I don't know if it's coming up with any other name, but this paper typically you can only buy in sheets. This is the only store that I know that is making it into a B6 and an A5 size, and they actually print dots on the paper. I plan to do a separate review of this at a later time as I'm still kind of feeling it out, but I decided to set my other notebook journal aside so that I can spend some time using this one. This is being housed in a Moterm. This is that pink color. I got it from the Buy Sell Trade group. And to be honest, I've had it sitting, this cover, I had it sitting on the side without a notebook in it for quite some time before I decided to put this in there. So I had owned this cover for a little bit over a month, but I didn't have anything in it. I don't know, I felt weird about the squishiness, and then now using it in comparison to all the rest of my notebook covers, it's a nice change to have something to grab that's like really, really squishy. So I've been enjoying this cover, which is why I haven't put this notebook in my Gilio. I've just really been enjoying this cover. So that is one of my journals. This is my other journal. And then I am trying something different, and I am journaling in a moleskin. I wouldn't say it's the exact same type of journaling where it's writing. This is more of like a scrapbook journal, and I am putting a lot of paper elements and stickers in here to make a pretty spread and not really using a lot of writing and words. I have a lot of extra like scrapbooking materials, papers and stickers and stamps from shops from when I first got into like the planner community type scrapbooking community, probably around 6 years ago when I first started my channel. And I've wanted something to be able to do that in. And I feel like this is the best notebook because the paper doesn't make me feel, I don't feel so bad gluing stuff on paper that isn't so fountain pen friendly. And I do like the size and the fact that it's a hardcover. So that's what I use this for. I do my journaling videos on Patreon more. So there has been one video that I released on YouTube and couple on Patreon. So those are all my journals. And then next are my like art journals. So I have another Moleskine, but this is the like drawing Moleskine. I'm not familiar with all the names of the Moleskine, but it's the one that has drawing paper and it's just blank. And so I sketch on it, and I use some of my pens, alcohol pens on here. So I have this one, and then I have these two little ones. This one here is a field artist notebook. It has watercolor paper in here, which I really love. I'm just not the biggest fan of the size. That's really tiny, some of my art. But yeah, so I draw on it not as often as I would prefer, but I do like the cover of the field artist. It's really smooth and soft. It's hard, but the texture that they use on here, the material, is really, really nice and smooth. So I really do want to get a larger size so that I can really enjoy the notebook. And then I have another Moleskine, and this size is also quite small, and it's the black paper. I've rarely written in it. I've tried to use some gouache, but I'm still trying to figure that out. I did do some dip pen lettering, and so this one is, I know it's fun, but it does require certain materials that I don't have readily available to me. So it's slow going with these two. But with this one, I do have a lot more pen sketches that I put in here. That is pretty much it. Thank you for watching. The next video should be about some of my pens and pen cases that I'm currently using right now. And yeah, so stay tuned for that at a later date, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.